So this is the login screen for Audit. So I'm going to log in as the first user, which is the portal admin user. So this is the dashboard for the user. This admin user basically manages the substations, adding, removing substations, and managing the users. So let me go to, you can see 4 roles and 3 users. So by default, there are 4 roles: portal admin, operations admin, engineer, and operator. And user can also define additional roles by clicking on the add button. So if you go to users, I've already created a portal admin user and an operations admin user is already there. So let me add an engineer user here. Selecting the engineering role, and this is the first name, last name, and email ID. I'll click on save. So the engineer user is added. Now, before we proceed with adding inventory lists, we have to create the substations. So let me add a substation. Let me add one more. Just need to note that the substation name should match what we have in the inventory list, or the other way around. So I think I got the substation name wrong here, so let me go and edit it. So we've added the substations, and the roles are anyway there, and I've added the users. So now let me log out. Now I'll log in as operations admin. So here, see, there are 2 substations, but I'm not able to see the other things that the portal admin is able to see. Now let me go to inventory lists. So you can see the substations that I've already added. So let me go and upload inventory list. So I have one inventory list here. So as you can see, this inventory list is showing, is added here for substation 02, and its status is not scanned. So the scanning starts automatically. Meanwhile, let me add one more inventory list. This is for substation. So you can see both are added, and the you can see the first one added, the scan is in progress now. Once this is done, the second one will also start. Now when the scan is going on, so if you come to the, so this is for the inventory list. So here is the vulnerability assessment module. You can see the same, this is where you will see all the vulnerabilities that are found for the assets in an inventory list. So here also you can see the same, so SIT inventory list scan is in progress, the other one is not scanned. So when that scanning is happening, let me show you the standards compliance module. So here also you can see the two um, substations. Now to start an audit, first we have to go and schedule an audit. So if you come to settings, you can see notifications, audit logs, and schedulers. So in schedulers, let me go to SEM audit schedule. So I'll create a new audit, call it test audit 1. So I'll select the substation and the corresponding inventory list in that substation. So currently we support two standards, IEEE 1686 and 37.240. So let me select this one. And I have to assign this to a particular specific user. So I've assigned it to operations admin 1 and start and end date for the audit. So the audit has to be done in a time bound manner. So I'll say I'll give from 24 hours schedule. So this is now scheduled. So if you go to SCM, we can see that this is scheduled, and since I'm the operations admin, I've assigned it to myself. You can assign it to multiple users. Now the next step is to go and perform the audit. So I'll click on perform audit. So I can see that there are 54 questions, and these are the questions. So I'm just answering them randomly for now. So these are questions like, this is from the IEEE 1686 standard. Sorry, C37.240 standard. So I'm just answering the questions randomly. So you can see I've answered 15 questions, and I'll click on save. So it shows the status that the scan, the audit is still in progress. I can show you the view report. So it shows an online report saying that the current score, but this is still not complete. So it shows your compliance score and how many of the answered questions are safe, moderate, or alert. And the specific questions and their answers can also be seen here. Now this same report can also be downloaded in a PDF format, but you can see that the download report is disabled. You can download only after the status is completed. So let me just go ahead and complete that. There's one missed. Yeah. So I've answered 54 out of 54. So it shows the status is completed. Now I can download the report as well. So I have to give a password for the report. So this is a report with the password. We can see this in a PDF format, the same report that we had seen online. So you can see what is the total compliance score and what are the questions. So here you can see for each question, so that for example, there are 5.56% of the questions are in alert. So here you can come down and see which are the ones that are in alert. Like for example, this, since we answered it no, it's an alert and needs to be looked at. So that's the standards compliance report. So let's go back to the inventory list. Yeah, so as you can see, the first one scan is completed and the second one is proceeding. So now if you go to VAM, for the one that has got scan completed, I click on view. So it gives for each asset what are the number of vulnerabilities. So for example, let me go to asset 3. So it has 2 medium and 2 high vulnerabilities. These are read from the NVD database. So for this, it shows what is the vulnerability, and it gives the details of the vulnerability on the right pane. So similarly, you can go and look at each vulnerability. So for example, for this vulnerability, we suppose after reading, we feel that we need to, there are some actions to be added. So I will go and say op admin. I'm assigning it to myself for the time being. And what is the mitigation steps? So for example, you have to upgrade the firmware to the latest version. And any additional comments you want to give. So now I've assigned a task for this. So similarly, you can go and see for all the assets here. Now, if I go to task, you can see that that whatever task was assigned, this is the vulnerability description, owner, and I can go and change the status. So here it's in to do. Now it's in progress. Now if I go back to VAM and I go back to that same asset, see, you can see that this is in progress and the rest are in to do. So this is the functionality of VAM. The scan, if you go to VAM, so currently the scan is in progress. You can also go and so this scan was done automatically. Only the first scan is done automatically. The subsequent scans, you have to select it and click on the scan button, or you can go to settings and under scheduler you can have VAM periodic scan. So here you can select the inventory list. You can select the time period. So you want it daily, weekly, monthly. So at the same time, and start time. So what happens is, based on this, this scan will start at the designated time, and it will create that the if any updates to the inventory list, that will be added into that. So this is pretty much the functionality. So if you come to the dashboard, you can see the number of substations, the total number of assets is 85 for the two inventory lists we uploaded, and it will show you the scan status. So one scan is in progress and one scan is completed, and it will give what are the number of tasks in what state they are in, and what is the number of audits and what state they are in. So this is pretty much the functionality of Audit. Also, if you come to settings, you have audit logs. gives a list of all the activities that were done on the um, application, and we have notifications, which is basically for the admin to know if any changes has happened. So this is pretty much the G audit. So I'll click on logout.